twins. It's quite unusual, isn't it?
You think so? I guess I thought royal families like yours were more of an oddity.
Yes, there are a lot of us, but we all have different mothers, you know. It's actually a pretty common practice for royal families in my world.
Ah, I see. In Atolis and Gristone, the king or queen can have only one spouse.
Of course, that's how it is in Nor, too.
Are you saying your mother was the king's mistress?
Don't be so shocked. All our mothers were. Well, except for Xander's.
How do all those mothers live together and still get along?
Get along? How optimistic of you. In Nor, even the children of mistresses have a claim to the throne. So our mothers have always competed for the king's affection.
You mean it's sibling against sibling, all to see who will inherit the throne?
At times it is. I'm sure Atolis has seen some similar conflict. Still, you are the older sibling. I'd assume the throne is yours to take.
It's complicated. As the older sister, I do have a bit of an advantage. However, in Atolis, male heirs can be given preference anyway. I'd be relieved to see my brother become king, but he's hesitant.
I've noticed that you two are always encouraging the other to take the throne. To be honest, I'm quite jealous of your situation.
But you and your siblings get along so well. My brother and I are constantly biting each other's head off.
It doesn't seem that way to me. Maybe you fight because you're willing to be honest with each other.
Maybe. Well, I'm jealous too. I've always wanted an older brother or sister.
You can have Xander if you want. I'm just kidding. We all like one another, you know, in our own special ways.
How could you not? You're all so wonderful. Even you, Leo. That's why I just can't believe it when you say you're all in competition.
Things weren't always so great between the children of the King of Nor. We could learn a thing or two about palace intrigue just from the stories. But I'll spare you that. It really doesn't seem like something you'd need here.
Are you trying to protect me? So there is a tiny speck of kindness and warmth under that cold exterior.
Is that how you see me? Actually, I'll take that as a compliment. I hope we have another chance to talk again soon, Leanna. I'd like to hear more about Atolis and your cooperative ways.
Of course. I'm sure there's a lot we can learn from each other.
Pardon me, Prince Leo, but do you have a few moments to hang out?
Hang out? This is so unlike you, Prince Ryoma.
Yes, well, Hinoka suggested that particular verbiage. But it was my idea to come see you and take a break from my duties.
I see. I don't mind, of course, but I can't help but notice you're unarmed. In a different time, I would act on this opportunity. What would you have done?
It's a fair question. I would be at a slight disadvantage with no blade.
A slight disadvantage? It's putting it mildly, I'd think.
Well, those days are over, are they not? Besides, if you were going to attack me, I assume I'd already be gravely wounded.
Anyhow, there is something I've been meaning to ask you. The other day, you covered me in battle and sustained an injury in the process. I had no idea you'd put yourself in danger for me. After all, it wasn't long ago that we were mortal enemies.
It was nothing, a mere scratch.
Perhaps, but I can't seem to let it go. I feel I owe you a debt now.
You're thinking about this the wrong way, Prince Leo. Consider what each of us means to this war. We must look out for each other.
Yes, that's true. So you were acting in the interest of the greater good?
Exactly. Fighting over past grievances will get us nowhere.
Indeed. And teaming up has been effective, I might add. So I suppose I don't have to worry about you attacking me out of the blue either.
You certainly do not. In fact, the reason I came to see you is I have begun to consider you a friend.
My, I have done well for myself, becoming friends with the great Ryoma. In all seriousness, I consider you a friend as well. But I must caution you, in times like this, it does not pay to become too friendly. You should be thinking of your own life in battle. You are that important. Although it hurts my ego to admit it, we cannot afford to lose you.
Well, thank you, Leo. I promise you that I will consider my own well-being. And if I might add, I believe I can learn a few things from you. The way you always stay composed in battle is admirable, and you have the ability to cut right to the core of things. I lack that trait.
Then by all means, let us learn from each other.
We will grow stronger together than we ever could individually.
Just don't be surprised if I surpass you before long. I jest, Ryoma. I've been bested. You really trounced me there, Robin.
By the skin of my teeth. Honestly, I didn't think it would be so close.
I knew that 64th move was a mistake. I could have used a pincer attack from there.
A pincer then would have actually hastened my victory by 2 moves. It's a fairly standard technique we use on the battlefield in Elise.
You're saying you were anticipating that? I thought you'd never played this game before. Have I been duped?
No, but I've played very similar games, where you use the board as a battlefield.
As have I, but clearly my experience was not as useful as yours. In Nor we have a game called chess that's a lot like this. I'm the best in my family. I was sure I could beat you too. Although now that I've gotten the hang of it, care for a rematch?
We could play as many times as you like. I'm sure we'll learn a lot from each other. And beating you never gets old.
Line up your pieces. The first thing you'll learn is taking defeat with dignity. I think you're underestimating me, by the way. One battle doesn't win a war.
Oh, I don't believe you'll be a pushover. You kept me on the ropes for most of that last game. That famous Norian strategy confused me more than once. Let's just say I'd hate to meet you on the battlefield.
Do I detect a hint of sarcasm in your voice?
Not at all. I'm very interested in learning about your battle tactics and techniques.
Of course you are. That would give you quite an advantage in this game.
No, Leo. I'm talking about your literal battle tactics, like on the field. I'm sure if we combined our expertise, our strategic options would expand.
I see what you're saying now. I guess as a tactician, you're always looking for new ideas, aren't you?
So, will you teach me, Leo?
Of course, but only if you beat me in this next match, and I won't make it easy.
Interesting. You're on. Now that something's actually at stake, I have a feeling this game will get heated.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how long your confidence lasts. Are we ready now? Good. Why don't you take the first move, Robin? You're going to need all the help you can get.
Ha! Get ready, Leo. You're about to see a true tactician at work.
I've been bested. You really trounced me there, Robin.
By the skin of my teeth. Honestly, I didn't think it would be so close.
I knew that 64th move was a mistake. I could have used a pincer attack from there.
A pincer then would have actually hastened my victory by 2 moves. It's a fairly standard technique we use on the battlefield in Elise.
You're saying you were anticipating that? I thought you'd never played this game before. Have I been duped?
No, but I've played very similar games where you use a board as a battlefield.
As have I, though clearly my experience was not as useful as yours. In Nor we have a game called chess that's a lot like this. I'm the best in my family. I was sure I could beat you too. Although now that I've gotten the hang of it, care for a rematch?
We can play as many times as you like. I'm sure we'll learn a lot from each other. And beating you never gets old.
Line up your pieces. The first thing you'll learn is taking defeat with dignity. I think you're underestimating me, by the way. One battle doesn't win a war.
Oh, I don't believe you'll be a pushover. You kept me on the ropes for most of that last game. That famous Norian strategy confused me more than once. Let's just say I'd hate to meet you on a battlefield.
Do I detect a hint of sarcasm in your voice?
Not at all. I'm very interested in learning about your battle tactics and techniques.
Of course you are. That would give you quite an advantage in this game.
No, Leo. I'm talking about your literal battle tactics, like on the field. I'm sure if we combined our expertise, our strategic options would expand.
I see what you're saying now. I guess as a tactician, you're always looking for new ideas, aren't you?
So, will you teach me, Leo?
Of course, but only if you beat me in this next match, and I won't make it easy.
Interesting. You're on. Now that something's actually at stake, I have a feeling this game will get heated.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how long your confidence lasts. Are we ready now? Good. Why don't you take the first move, Robin? You're going to need all the help you can get.
Get ready, Leo. You're about to see a true tactician at work.
Prince Leo, do you have a moment?
I suppose. What is it?
There's something that's been bothering me. I wasn't sure I should say anything.
You've been keeping something from me?
Yes. I have thought long and hard about the implications. But ultimately, I decided that it needed to be said.
Good gods, man. Don't keep me in suspense any longer. What is it?
Well, Prince Leo, it's about your...
My what?
It's... inside out.
No, that's not possible. Oh, damn.
I was hoping you'd just notice. Eventually. But here we are. I could not in good conscience remain silent any longer, my lord.
Is this what you were hinting at with all that talk about fashion?
Yes, my lord. I was not bold enough to tell you straight out. I apologize.
No. It's my fault, of course. You must come to me directly if this ever happens again. A fashion yes man is no good to me. I need someone who can speak the truth.
I understand. Then, since we are speaking openly...
Please, let me hear it.
You have worn your collar inside out precisely 36 times since we met. I thought perhaps I might be able to prevent a 37th.
36? Someone must die! I mean... Thank you.
You're welcome. And there's one other thing.
Very well. Get it over with.
The other morning, you nearly wore your nightcap into battle.
No, I caught myself before actually walking into battle. How did you know?
Well, I was positioned nearby to speak to you about something else. Namely, that you had brought your pillow instead of your spellbook.
Did I really?
I was quite surprised to see you look directly at the pillow several times.
That is enough, Frederick. In the future, I need you to be proactive.
Yes, I understand. If I see that your trousers are on inside out and backwards, I should speak up. I will be happy to add this to my list of daily duties, my lord.
Has it come to this? Do I really need a wardrobe guardian? Yes, I suppose I do. Thank you, Frederick. You're a true friend. Good morning, Oboro. Hey, why is it that every time I talk to you, your face does that... thing?
It does? I'm sorry. It's just my natural reaction to Norians. Though I'm told I've been getting a lot better about it lately.
But you still have that reaction to me.
No, it's not you. It's just...
What? What are you staring at?
Prince Leo? Have you, always worn your collar that way?
Is it inside out again? I was rushing around this morning and must have forgotten to fix it.
I hate to tell you, but your collar's been inside out every day this week.
Is that why you've been looking at me funny?
Maybe. I just think walking around with your clothes all askew, well, it's a crime.
A crime? Don't you think that's overstating it? Besides, can't a grown man dress himself however he likes?
Don't try picking a fight with a tailor's daughter over this. Wearing your clothes properly says a great deal about who you are. That not only do you desire respect, but that you respect your tailor. Even the faceless wear their masks the right way.
Ha! The faceless do not wear clothes at all. Anyway, I agree that a royal should dress in a way that commands respect. But must it be so complicated? Backs and fronts should just be the same! Sorry, I lost my composure there for a moment.
Clothes with no back and no front. That's a groundbreaking idea.
You're not being serious right now, are you?
It's genius. A tailor-made item that fits perfectly no matter how you wear it. And they could have different designs on the inside and outside. You'd never have to see that terrible face I make ever again.
Huh. But is it even possible? I doubt it would look very fashionable.
That's where I come in.
Give me sevens.
I'm gonna give it a try.
I think you should. Who am I to stand in the way of innovation?
Prince Leo, you'll no longer be a fashion victim.
Fashion victim? I mean, it was just a backwards collar.
I'll see you later. I'm gonna start working on my first design right now.
Let's see. What else do I need to prepare for the War Council? I suppose I should clean up these weapons before we meet.
Pardon me, Lord Leo, but might I be of assistance here?
No. Leave this to me. You've got enough on your plate.
Milord, if I can lessen your burden even a small amount, it would bring me joy.
Well, okay. Thank you, Miles. I don't know what I'd do without you. If only Odin were here as well to lessen your burden.
I am loath to delegate any task, my lord, but you have a point. Odin would gladly set about any impossible task assigned to him.
Yes, you could order him to fight an army of 1,000 demigods. To which he'd say, only 1,000?
I have a naughty idea. Let's tell him we've awakened some dark spirits without him. Although, come to think of it, in a way I almost feel like we have.
Are you talking about him? You know, the odd swordsman, Owain. He even looks a bit like Odin.
Yes, I find it hard to believe that the two of them are not related somehow. It is rather suspicious that I have not been able to trace his lineage.
Well, don't dig too deeply. I'm not overly concerned with Odin's true background. As long as he continues serving his purpose, I simply don't need to know.
Yes, of course. I know he's as dedicated to you as I am. I won't worry about it for now. I'm too busy at the moment anyway.
Yes, you've got your work cut out for you.
Perhaps, but there's no need for concern, my lord. I consider myself lucky.
Lucky? How so?
My lord, I could not imagine if you had disappeared to this world without me. Through some divine providence, I was able to accompany you here. As long as I am by your side, I can bear any burden.
Thank you, Niles. Truly, I am not worthy of your dedication and service.
You need not flatter me.
Not to worry. I'll be just as demanding as ever. Because in order to return to Nor, we have much to do here. And I certainly can't do it alone.
You can count on me, Lord Leo. We will return to Nor. I am in your service for life.
Gravity incarnate, binder of all things. I release your curse.
Lord Leo, what are you doing there with Brynhild?
Hello, Lind. I was just practicing. Are you interested in Brynhild?
Of course. I've heard stories about a tome only wielded by Norian royalty.
And I'm intrigued by your tome. Aura, right? It may be similarly restricted. I know. If you don't mind, would you consider trading tomes?
To try each other's magic? I'm not sure if you can use mine, though.
Maybe my being from another world will get around it. Only one way to find out. Would it be alright if I test out Aura first?
Sure. Let's see what happens.
Blast. It doesn't respond to me at all. Is there something I need to focus on?
Well, become one with the light. If you unify with Aura, its power is open to you.
One with the light? I'd always regarded light as magic, not as a thing itself.
No, you must embrace and ascend into the light. Once you're filled with its power, you release it. That's the trick.
I see. I think. So in other words, it's impossible for me to use Aura. I need more knowledge of light magic. Beyond any magical restriction, your tome demands great ability to wield it. You have a keen affinity for light magic. It's no wonder your father left you this.
Oh my! Such words from a mage of your high caliber! Lord Leo, I'm speechless.
Well, pull yourself together, Lind, and then give Brynhild a try.
Yes, sir! Gravity incarnate, binder of all things, I release your curse. Nothing? Really?
Indeed. The words alone are not all there is, you see. You call on the vitality of the planet and drive it to, say, ripen tomatoes.
Ripen tomatoes. While appetizing, it's hard to imagine making that happen. Is it like Sending your power to the plants to make them bear fruit?
It's not just your power you use. You channel that of the earth. And if you add your own magic to that, you can increase the effect. Gravity incarnate, binder of all things. I release your curse. Your power is mine! Or, well, something like that. Get it?
Sorry, it may be too difficult for me. Brynhild's power is so profound. Even if I could get the basics figured out, I could never master it as you have. Such difficult magic at your command. You're a genius, Lord Leo. And your grasp of battle strategy is without equal.
You're a fantastic asset to the army yourself, Lind. And not just as a powerful mage, though I believe your skills compare to my own.
It makes me happy to hear you say that. Let's keep working hard as mages so that we can be useful to everyone.
We can overcome any hardship with the combined power of our magic. I don't like the way you're staring at me, Owain. It's just...
Apologies, my lord, but my eyes were transfixed by your dark spirit.
What are you talking about? My dark spirit? Do you need something?
Actually, yes. There's something that I need to tell you.
Well, what is it? Is something bothering you? And don't tell me that my collar is on wrong. I've already checked it today.
No, that's not it. You're a dark mage, correct?
Yes. What of it? Is it that you're frightened of my magic? If so, you merely need stay away.
Oh, it's the opposite, my lord. I want to be you. That got a little weird.
Did you sustain a head injury in battle? Come along, let's visit a healer.
Why would you think that? I'm fine. Anyway, my point is, we both worship at the altar of divine darkness and drink from its intoxicating.
Give me the short version.
I just think you're really neat.
Oh, well, why didn't you simply say so? You know, you remind me of another guy who talks a lot of nonsense.
Oh, another dark spirit, lost in the void of never-ending.
Enough! Gods, the two of you could be brothers were you not a mage.
Inspiration! Perhaps destined for me, a mage. The sword shines too brightly for my dark soul. I must become a mage. And so it is written, Lord Leo, you must become my dark guru. Please, teach me everything.
Oh, get a hold of yourself. This is embarrassing. I don't have time to take on a student. I've got enough to worry about.
No! But becoming a dark mage has been my lifelong dream.
Right. Listen, I won't take you as a student, but you can learn from me. You can watch me decimate our foes on the battlefield. That should help.
I see. So you want me to observe and steal your techniques?
Not exactly. Just watch. And protect me with your sword when necessary. Now that you mention it, I could really use a swordsman like you by my side.
A dark swordsman to protect a dark mage? I like the sound of it. Very well. I shall unleash the darkness stored in my body and dim the world.
Yes, it does make sense. A dark mage and a dark swordsman.
Ha-ha! So you have joined me on my dark path. Welcome, Lord Leo.
I just got carried away. But I look forward to working with you in battle.
The pleasure is mine. The day of awakening is at hand. Mwah-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha!